So the question is, when we say things like Black Lives Matter, or as a person, I'm taking a strong stance against racism, does that mean that I am also against the police? Now we have Unique here, and she has a really good perspective on these things.
Well, as a Christian, as a Black woman, as a police officer, my perspective on both sides of the issue is that you can be a police officer, fight, law enforcement and all those different things, but at the same time stand up for Black lives, because Black lives do matter. When you see constant discrimination, violence, and certain things, certain injustices against Black people, there's no way you can't not see the issues and not stand up for it. When I saw George Floyd on the screen and the way that the knee was against his neck, a tear came down my eye. There was no way that it didn't move. It can't move a person for not being enraged, being concerned, feeling like doing something, because it just was so wrong. So when some people hear that, they also believe that, well, if you feel this way, then how could you possibly stand up for police? A few weeks ago, when I saw a New York City police officer being beaten, bricks was being thrown at a lieutenant, one person jumped on the police officer's back, he fell onto the ground, and then he got up, he was dazed. A tear fell down my eye, because that could have been me. The same way I look at George Floyd, and that could be my husband, my son, my brother, my uncle. It's the same way when I saw the police officer, that could have been me, my husband, my fellow brothers and sisters in blue. So on both sides of the issue, I can understand why police officers feel that they're being attacked right now. However, although they are being attacked and it is unfair, there's a systemic racial injustice that's going on against Black people. And right now, the focus needs to be on what can be done to stop the violence against Black people. And the police officer's role is law enforcement. Is it right what the people are doing to the police officers? Absolutely not. That's a separate issue. That is not the same issue as the Black Lives Matter issue. And that's basically where I stand in that right now, because there's an issue going on, and it's been going on for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, and it needs to be addressed. That's my perspective.
So saying Black Lives Matter and meaning that does not mean being anti-police, as you heard. It's just a matter of addressing something that's been going on for a long time, that's wrong within this country for so many years. And it's not about not supporting police, it's just about addressing this problem. So that was a great perspective.
And as a Black woman who is also a police officer, when you were actively working, when you got home, you could take off your uniform, but you can't take off your skin coloring.
No. And even in that uniform as a Black woman, you still face racism. You still face it each and every day, being called Black whatever, or an N-word, or all these different things. So in spite of the fact that I'm in blue, they still saw my color. I'm not gonna be treated the same way as my white officer friends, or my brothers and sisters in uniform are gonna be looked upon different because of the color of their skin. So it just shows you how racism is across the board. It doesn't matter if I had on a uniform or not. I was still considered Black.
Thank you for sharing that.